Welcome, friends, to the PW Fan. The PW Fan is a podcast created by fans for the fans, and we appreciate you listening to episode 187. I'm your host, the Architect of Pro Wrestling Podcast, Andy.
I'm also host, the No Sentiment Indie fan and football lover, Jeremy.
And Tim will be joining us here shortly. So
hopefully without technical difficulties.
Big week for wrestling, right? We had two pay-per-views. So this week we're going to be talking about Wresltepalooza as well as All Out. Before we get into that, please follow us on all social medias at thepwfan.com. Just at the PW Fan. We don't have a website. Let's just jump right into it, man. What do you say?
We got a lot to go through since we got two pay-per-views.
Yeah, I narrowed it down in my notes, so we have go home stuff though. Dynamite and Collision were kind of combined into a September to Dismember. Was that it?
Was it Dismember or Remember? I can't remember.
Well, it is September.
Yeah, so it was September to
I guess Dismember though, right? Because they were at the.
That would make sense because they did ROH.
Let me see here. I didn't write it down. I knew I should have wrote it down, dude. September to Dismember.
Because I think that was because they were doing a Ring of Honor show, that makes sense if it's Dismember.
No, it was just September to Remember. Okay.
Okay, that's okay.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
But all right. So the shows ran into each other. Dynamite straight into Collision. No, you didn't have to wait a couple days or anything.
Yeah.
In these pay-per-views, what do they call the kind of program?
Hold on. Give me one second. Sorry, UPS decided to drop off a package now.
Nice. You want to just mark the clip?
Yeah, I marked it. Sorry.
I'm trying to think of where to start from. I'll just start back over at one point. Yeah. So Dynamite and Collision ran into each other. One, because the pay-per-views were for both shows were Saturday. They did the whole counter programming thing.
WWE did the counter programming thing.
Was All Out booked first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wrestlepalooza wasn't a thing until like the ESPN.
It was very late, right?
Yeah, it was a weird thing. But I know I will talk about more when we get to All Out. But I think I kind of like afternoon pay-per-views like that.
Didn't Tony Khan say that?
They might like someone asked him about it.
Yeah, I was like pay-per-views.
Also, because their pay-per-views are so long. I would
like it.
Like, as we know, they're so long, so I prefer it to start at like 3 o'clock and it ends at like 8.
Well, look, I put a video of us talking about Tony Storm's comments, right?
Yeah.
And one person commented like, "Nope, they're perfect," blah blah blah. And you know what? Like, I think maybe they are fine. And it's just the time of day.
Yeah. I think the time of day definitely helped, as in starting at 3. And also, I thought about it too, because I saw that too as well, which was funny because I was like, if you're they also make you pay like $40. This one was $40, sometimes $50. So I was like, if I want to pay, you might as well get a long show.
So yeah, HBO you pay for monthly, and then you had to pay
$40.
$40 if you were already an HBO.
Which is a little bit cheaper. I guess they maybe accounted for the cost of HBO then, because it used to be $50.
And then with ESPN, so there's different tiers. So if you have like ESPN Plus, which is basically basic, if you pay the $11.99, then you also pay for the pay-per-view separately. But if you pay for unlimited, you get it for free.
But I have
$30 a month.
I have ESPN Plus, right? Because it's more for like soccer
Which is
stuff.
The $11.99.
Yeah, But it's a package through Hulu and Disney Plus as well.
Yeah, you did get the add-on, so you had to pay extra, right?
But I went to it didn't even let it said I had to look up plans to upgrade to watch it.
So they kind of made you go to unlimited.
I didn't get it, but okay. I just used my VPN.
Did you find the website?
The website at first, and then I was like, Jeremy, the next day.
Jeremy, did you find a website?
I may have found a website. Andy knows all about these websites,
but I only use them if I really have to. But
did you get the ESPN, or are you using the VPN?
No,
you got ESPN.
Because I watched it at Tim's. I watched it on the TV.
Oh, damn. So are you getting it just for WWE or?
This is the thing. If I was a bigger sports fan, which I'm not, like football is fine, but like American football is fine, but like I only watch the Steelers. I'm not a person that just puts on random games.
And like, they're also not even on ESPN.
I'm not into soccer. I'm not into anything else that really they have to offer.
Yeah,
I'm just not. I'm watching TV shows and stuff.
I don't know. You could also just get a VPN for cheaper and then watch on Netflix.
But then I couldn't watch at Tim's like we would. So
you can sign into your VPN there
on his TV. I don't know. Whatever. I'm subscribed now. All right. Just shell out more money, dude. This podcast just costs me money.
I know.
God.
To watch all this wrestling is crazy. Not even to mention, like, you saw when I texted you guys about the WrestleMania seats where we sat.
Yeah, so say it. Say it to the listeners.
So when we bought, we were in section 100 for night one.
This is WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, and it was around 400, maybe 500 the most. Right?
For our level 200. We had for day one. Night one. We had 200 level seats.
Or 200, section.
And then we had club level the second.
Yeah, and both of them at the most were like 500 because we didn't go over 1,000 for both of these tickets. So, so it's 400 to 500.
We paid between 800 to 900 each.
Exactly. For 2 nights total. And now, when I saw the prices for the same section where we would sit, it'd be 1,300 or 1,100 at the minimum. Crazy.
It doesn't matter. It means nothing to the people over in Saudi Arabia. That's easy money.
I mean, but this was Vegas, wasn't it? This was Vegas.
This year. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So, to me, I'm not going to another WrestleMania
unless they drop the prices. Yeah. Whatever. I still say we saw a pretty good one. WrestleMania.
We saw one of the best, I think.
Other people, there's always some haters out there, and some people hate WrestleMania 40. I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, I still think it's one of the best. And
nothing
because
beats.
We were there.
I hear the worst WrestleMania might be. Well, people hate WrestleMania 2000, but also people hate the one where the Miz was in the main event against Cena.
Yes, that one was bad.
I've read off the card one time, I think, on here, and it was like, good God, dude.
Yeah, that's not.
Is that the one Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler was on that same card?
I think it might have been too. Yeah, that was dark times.
I was out of it then. All right, let's just get into Dynamite Collision. These are going to run together. I'm not even going to say when Collision started because I don't remember. But so we'll go through AEW. Including All Out, and then we'll get into WWE. Yeah. So opening segment of all this was Hangman and Adam Fletcher contract signing. He laid out the stipulation that if anyone from the Callis family interferes, Flair is disqualified. Fletcher is disqualified and is stripped of his TNT title. Don Callis freaked a little bit, but Kyle Fletcher, just said no physicality tonight, and he promised no one would interfere either for the pay-per-view. Yeah. But he said the pain would come later, and in the main event, he ended up, capitalizing on that whole thing with a brainbuster through table after tricking Hangman into a trap. We had Bryan Danielson and Darby Allin. Danielson has been on commentary lately, and he did an interview with Darby Allin about the upcoming Coffin match. Darby said, in talking to Bryan, that I could never turn on Sting the way Mox turned on you. Danielson made Darby promise not to ask for help, but then he whispered something, and made him promise to. And now I think we know what that was based off a spot during the match.
I really I've been liking, I know we said it last time, Danielson on commentary.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
I think it's been good, pretty good.
So we had a segment with FTR and Adam Copeland and Christian Cage.
CNC.
I was like CNC, Cope and Cage.
Cope and Cage.
There's a no contact rule in place during this, but Christian Cage said he doesn't care because he's rich. So basically he's saying like, oh, I can get fined and it won't matter. Cope hinted that fans want him over. My notes are weird, but basically in talking in tag teams, he was saying that, he basically became single stars because fans wanted him to do that, while with FTR, no one's clamoring for one of them.
Yeah. That's very true, though, because I don't really want to see Cash as a singles wrestler.
And FTR, or Dax, I think, said that Cope and Cage should be wanting to face them because they've accomplished more, basically. Yeah.
They also
were talking about all their championships across all the brands. And
they were carried by, they basically, reference it without saying the Dudleys and the Hardys.
Yeah, and then they said FTR makes everyone gets everyone over, and he ranked off all these tag teams, starting with Enzo and Cass and DIY. I mean, it's basically they ran through some of the main that they faced in WWE to some of the main ones they faced in AEW.
Yeah.
Then we had the Young Bucks versus Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn. This was a qualifier for the tag title ladder match at All Out. The Bucks would end up winning the match, but before that, they spent big money. They paid $10,000 to Renee, and they said that they paid production. Production was going to go all out for them tonight, so they had pyro and whatnot.
And a lot of pyro.
The Bucks hit the Meltzer driver on Juice for the win to move on.
Yep.
So they had a normal entrance for once. Second qualifier match, Jet Speed versus Kip Sabian and Killswitch. I believe Jet Speed won with a tornado kick and got the pin. Third and final qualifier. I think this is the match that bled into Collision. Josh Alexander and Hechicero defeated Top Flight, and so they moved on. So now we had our 4 tag teams. It was those 3 that I said, and then the current champions, Brodito. Main event of all of this, or I guess you could say Collision, was Mascara Dorada versus Beast Mardos. The winner would get added on to Takesha and Okada for the unified title match, and winner was Mascara Dorada. I found out that, okay, so do you remember Grand Metalik?
Yeah.
In WWE?
Mm-hmm.
So Mascara Dorada has the same mask as him. Turns out, before WWE, Grand Metalik was Mascara, basically 1.0. And then he became Metalik, and then he kept Metalik after WWE. So Mascara Dorada is Mascara 2.0, and they're also tag team partners, so that's why they also have the same mask.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I was always curious why, but I knew they were the same person, but they definitely have the same mask.
I felt it was kind of a weird addition. But... Yeah, I felt like it was kind of a weird addition to the match, but after the match, I actually really enjoyed it.
You see the purpose.
Yeah.
You see the purpose.
And also, I'm sure they're saving Takesha versus Okada for something else.
Mm-hmm. Man, I wish Tim was on here because me and him watched most of All Out together. But
oh yeah, did he stay up?
We watched it first, and then we watched WrestlePalooza.
Oh right,
actually, we watched it. We pretty much caught up. Some we fast forward more through others. Some we only watch part of, some we watch full. But we stopped. It's it sucks because WrestlePalooza started when Hangman and Kyle Fletcher, there he is. Hangman and Kyle Fletcher started. So you had to kind of decide if you wanted to see the main event or not.
Can you just go back on ESPN or no?
Yeah, but we wanted to watch it live.
So you chose that. So I know we're gonna go over it, but you chose that match.
I didn't know that was the final match. I didn't know that was like next.
No, I know, but like you chose that the Brock Lesnar Cena match.
Yeah, like that was our follow up.
Yeah. So actually, Tim, you hopped on right when we're gonna start talking about All Out, which you and me basically watched the majority of. So
also, Tim, what did you think about the afternoon pay per view rather than at night?
All Out.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're gonna make a full day of wrestling out of it, and like how Andy and I did, and it was fun.
Yeah.
And you'd like both companies, which we do. I honestly did not hate it.
I liked it more.
Tony is thinking about keeping his pay-per-views earlier in the day, which I like because AEW pay-per-views are long.
Yeah,
they're long, and then the other thing too is if the other company is gonna run opposition to you on purpose to mess with you, which they are.
Yeah.
If you keep yours early in the day, I don't think that I don't know if they're allowed to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of safe. It's kind of safe for you to do it.
Yeah. And it just happened to turn out to be pretty good. I think a lot of we were saying we like it. So
yeah, and I didn't. And it was a nice switch. Like, it was like I'm trying to think here. It was like I was eating chocolate ice cream for a little bit, and then somebody was like, "Hey, you want a piece of this cheesecake?" And I was like, "Yeah, a little flavor switch up, both good."
Now let me ask you guys before we get into it, what did you like more? Jeremy's gonna say All Out.
Yeah, All Out, definitely for me.
As a whole, I'm gonna say All Out.
Yeah, as a whole, yeah.
I enjoyed both pretty equally. It's hard for me. I don't really think I.
We'll
can,
get into it.
No, but like in a good way. I don't think I can really be like, oh, this is the one.
You see what ESPN wrote about it? I know we can talk about it afterwards, but ESPN they graded Wrestlepalooza and gave it a C.
They poo-pooed all over it.
Yeah, they were like the Cody and Drew. They're like that was a main event on SmackDown, not a pay-per-view. I was like, damn.
We'll get into it because I was about to say what the best match was in my opinion, but
that match went on way too long. But we'll get there.
The main event, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All Out in Toronto started off strong. If you're like me and you watched all the Trailer Park Boys, you got to see Christian and Edge. I'm going to call him Edge throughout this because I'm not calling him Cope. They were walking backstage and you saw Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. And then you saw him again, but dressed as his wrestling character, the Green Bastard from Parts Unknown, boys.
Did you like that?
I loved it. Pop me. But they open up the show with Cope and fine, fuck, I'll call him Cope. Cope and Cage versus FTR. This was a fun match. Everyone, I'm sure, enjoyed the spot of Cope doing the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah, that was
into
great.
the AA.
Yeah.
My first thought was WWE confirmed when I saw it.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Ah, man.
I think it's just like all that talk. He's been asked I don't know how many times about Cena doing the spear for in honor of him. So I was him just doing it back to him. That's all I think it is.
Nah, he's coming.
I just marked the clip, Jeremy. Your stuff's still doing the echo when you don't mute.
Okay,
unmute,
I'll mute it then. Yeah.
Okay.
You can never hear it on the actual recording because I have the thing.
His software, gee.
Right. Oh, right. Jeez. Okay, so the winner was Christian and Cope. During the match, Beth would come out. Right, it was during the match. Yeah,
Stokely.
Stop Stokely. Stokely gets no hose. In case you all didn't know, by the way,
the whole crowd chanting that.
Yeah. But afterwards, so after the win, though, the patriarchy would come out. They would take out Cope and Cage and handcuff Cope to the ropes. And Beth gave Adam a kiss, and she got shatter machined, right? No, she got pile drivered.
Pile driver. Yeah.
Straight out of the. Are we there yet?
The Triple H and Randy Orton.
Yeah. Or Edge is like, no.
Yeah, but Triple H did it better though.
Way like Edge was kind of like
not even better, like way better.
Because all Edge was like, he was like, no, all right, well, okay.
He was like, damn, well, she's a tough wrestler. She got piled.
Exactly. Yeah. He was like, okay.
So I thought it was a strong opener. Oh, let's talk about Edge's tights too. A little throwback. Throwback to his solo days.
They were Cope for the newbie fans, but Cope was wearing Edge tights, but with the name Cope on them.
Cope was wearing Edge tights. So funny.
It's true.
Then we had the return of Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill. This match was like 7 to 8 minutes long. Eddie Kingston.
That's all it needed to be. It didn't.
He came out with a Claudio Sucks Egg shirt.
That was. Did you see the sign in the crowd? And it was like, counter program these nuts. I thought that was funny.
No.
These nuts. Daddy.
So Eddie Kingston won, and then
10 years ago.
God, I'm trying to think of one that was also around that time though. It was
What of D's nuts?
Never mind, dude. No. No, I'm not even gonna describe it because I'll get taken off the air.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
All right, let's keep going, Andy. Let's keep going.
I'll say it afterwards. You all will be like, "Oh yeah," but I forgot what he fucking said all the time. But the Hook signal would show, and who was he beating up again? Who did Hook come out to help with? Just Big Bill? And Brian Keith?
Yeah, Brian Keith. That's who it was. Yeah.
Okay. It just felt random. I don't know.
I mean, it's like two New Yorkers, I guess, together.
Yeah, but they're in Toronto.
I don't know. What do you mean? Like, they're just...
Big Bill's a New Yorker, Eddie Kingston a New Yorker. I guess they were just like, fuck it.
And Hook also just left the, what are they called? The trios team with Samoa Joe. Ops. To find, I guess, another team with Eddie Kingston.
And then we had... Oh, look, I'm going to say I'm not usually into this match, but I kind of liked it. I was watching with Tim, MJF and Mark Briscoe, thumbtacks and tables. Come on, Tim. You were watching it with me.
It just was gnarly.
What is it? Hold on. What was your initial thought when Mark Briscoe, the first thing he did was pour the thumbtacks all over the ring?
There was so many thumbtacks.
So many.
Well, I had to keep... Andy, like, kept looking away, and I had to keep being like, no, watch it. Like, watch the power bomb right into the tacks. I want you to see it.
There was a good Alabama slam. Mark Briscoe had thumbtacks in his head.
That was gnarly. The Alabama slam was crazy.
Also, when MJF shoved his head, like his forehead, into the tacks too.
Next time Bryce comes into the barbershop, I'll have to be like, dude, how was those tacks?
Bryce had to wear gloves.
Also, when he counted, he was like, "What?" And he was barely trying to hit.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna say, does the gloves even do anything, or is it just like for just in case?
He took a picture of his shoes on Instagram afterwards. It was pretty crazy. They're covered.
In the
you
end,
gotta retire those shoes and put them in a case or something. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In the end, though, I feel like I wrote the wrong thing. Did Mark Briscoe win?
Yeah, he won. Yeah,
he did win.
Yeah, I wrote MJF. That's what I thought. I was like, I just looked at my notes. I was like, I don't think that's right.
I know. You're so used to MJF winning on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but now I remember. Yeah, Tim was kind of surprised like that Mark Briscoe was the one. They've been pushing Mark Briscoe recently.
Well, I feel like if you're going to talk about his brother and say all those horrible things, like I'm glad they went with Briscoe winning.
Get revenge. So tables and thumbtacks match. Winner Mark Briscoe. Then we had, I guess it was a cool down match from that, you could say, but Ricochet and the Gates of Agony versus the Hurt Syndicate with MVP with them this time.
Still better than I thought it was actually going to be. I didn't really have too high hopes for it.
Winners in the end were Ricochet and GOA. It was just a regular 6-man tag. Nothing.
MVP crazy. For his age and everything still looked all right.
Yeah, man.
I'm always like, why is this man wrestling if he's walking around with a cane all the time?
He doesn't. You know what's? He actually told a story about that where he like needed the cane at first,
and then
now he doesn't.
Yeah,
and
swag now. Now he's just walking with it for the swag. The
just swag. All right.
Then we had Mercedes
Rizzler.
We had Mercedes Moné versus Riho for the AEW TBS Championship. I don't know what anyone thought, but the winner was Mercedes Moné. She had an entrance with like 8 other dudes standing there wearing one of her belts.
Didn't she do that last time? Last pay-per-view? I thought. Something like that.
I don't remember.
But I also thought this match was it was just okay. It wasn't one of the best ones at all on this match.
Yeah. Then we had Takesha Okada Mascara Dorada. Takesha Okada Mascara Dorada. Chalada. For the Unified Championship. Winner was Okada. Jeremy, as you were saying, Dorada was probably added to this to take the pin. But he was fun during the match.
But I thought this was a great match. Between when Takesha and Okada face each other, I think it'll be really good too. But
it'll get there. We had some moments. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley coffin match.
I thought it was good. I thought it was going to be like this anyways. And the spot with Danielson, you want to talk about that? That's kind of what you were hinting at before.
So Danielson had told Darby something, and Darby promised he would do it, and I think we found out what it was, which was put a plastic bag over Moxley's head.
Murder someone on live TV.
Yeah, murder someone like they did to Danielson. Which that spot was done, but in the end, Moxley won because Pac returned with a fresh haircut and took out Darby and put him in the coffin. That
doesn't have his hair anymore. He can't flick it back all the time.
Yeah. People probably almost forgot that Pac was part of the Death Riders. Dude, this man either gets injured a lot or just fucking leaves a lot because
he gets.
I don't think there's an AEW superstar that's off TV and on TV over the years since the beginning.
He gets injured, but I feel like when he gets injured, it's like he's out for at least 6 months.
Then we had the Women's World Championship Fatal 4-Way, Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tekla. And I think I called it. Last week.
That's the first thing I thought of when she won. I was
Chris Statlander, new champ. And right away, Mercedes Becky Lynch had to tweet out a little eye-looking thing like, you need a 10th belt? Oh, come on, bitch. Not. Whatever Tony Schiavone says.
Come on, bitch, speak. Speak, bitch.
Come on, bitch, speak.
Also,
Taz's reaction, oh my God, Schiavone.
He's like, easy.
And he's like, I'm sorry.
Also, I meant to say this during the Eddie Kingston match, the finish, because he kind of missed the back fist thing that he does. And Schiavone just blurts out, I think it was just instinct of like, again, he just saw it. He's like, well, that missed. And then Eddie Kingston pins him 1, 2, 3. And I was like, well.
Then we had the Fatal 4-Way tag team match, ladder match. Brodito, Young Bucks, Jet Speed, and Don Callis family. Winners were Brodito. There was, I think this kind of happened during the Money in the Bank match. There was a spot during this where it was like, go through table, go through table, go through table.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, this was almost identical, but Brody King then did a power driver through a ladder at the end.
It wasn't Money in the Bank match. It was a Fatal 4-Way ladder match.
It was the same thing, basically, right?
Brodito retained. Afterwards, the Young Bucks were in there. Jack Perry came out. Young Bucks tried to take out Jack Perry. Luchasaurus intervened, and we got a hug, embrace of Luchasaurus and Jack Perry, and then Jurassic Express music played. So I guess maybe they're back together.
How's the song go?
Oh, right? I don't know.
Something like that.
It's a famous song, but like
I know. No, I it's funny because like the song played and the crowd popped so much for it.
Tim, how do you feel about our boy Jack Perry reuniting for Jurassic Express? You think Marco Stunt will come back?
Why? There's no point. And he retired anyway.
And he took off took off his Kill Switch belt, and he's back to Luchasaurus.
He took that belt off and threw it so hard into the crowd too.
Yeah. I looked at the metal buckle. I was like, hope that doesn't fucking hit someone.
You see you imagine you're trying to reach for it.
All right. And then the shortest match on the card, the main event, Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher.
Was it really the shortest?
I would say.
Tim was watching. He's like, turn this off. He's like,
I literally at one point looked at Andy. I was like, dude, just fucking come on. I said, I've been over this 20 minutes ago.
Is this what you turn off then and watch Lesnar and Cena?
I don't think so. No, we saw
because they crossed over.
I didn't know this was going to be the last. I didn't know this was the next match. So as soon as the ladder match ended, I just switched.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then I saw later. I was like, oh, that was. But it was like fucking 45 minutes, dude.
The match. Oh, see, yeah, I know.
God. It was almost over. We had like 2 minutes left, and Tim's looking. He's like, "This match is still going."
And also, it was like it was obvious, like the Hangman's gonna. It's like one of those matches where it was almost filler, like that he had to have a championship match.
It was good. I'm sick of the fucking moves that result in landing on neck or. There's a lot of them in this match.
You mean like Fletcher?
Like the Deadeye where Hangman just let him go off the ropes?
Yeah, that was insane.
Just released him midair and was like, you just fall. How about that?
He's like, you got it. You got it.
How about you just break your neck? We'll do that.
I mean, I like Kyle Fletcher a lot. I'm into Hangman Adam Page.
But
this match was good. I knew it would be good. It's just like, could have been 10 minutes less.
It could have been 35, instead of 45. So
could have been 1,000 minutes less.
1,000 minutes less. Go into the negative of the show.
Honestly, you could just start this over and just not happen. No, I'm just kidding.
But no one interfered.
Went so long, dude. I was like, my God.
No one interfered from the Dunkhouse family. Hangman Adam Page won cleanly. It was good. It was as a whole, the pay-per-view was good. I actually feel like it might have been one of their shorter in-match numbers than they've done in the past pay-per-view.
I forget what the actual final time length was, but it was just over 4 hours, I think.
Just over 4 hours.
Some of them's like 4.5, almost 5.
Well, Wrestlepalooza had 5 matches, all right? And one was
I feel
8 minutes and 50 seconds, apparently.
I like a balance between those two, because Wrestlepalooza was 2.5 hours,
something like that.
Yeah, I like the balance. Like maybe let's do 3.5 hours.
That was AEW this week. I don't know what their next pay-per-view is. Full Gear?
I don't really know. I gotta look.
I think it is. I mean, if they
Full
follow that they're old, I mean, then it's Full Gear. All right, let's get into WWE Raw. John Cena opens up the show. He was in Massachusetts, his home state. He was in Springfield.
They did this match in his hometown.
No, they didn't do his match in his hometown.
Oh wait, you're on Raw. I was like, I thought you went straight into WrestlePalooza. I was like,
no. So Raw from the week before. He talks about his football days at Springfield College. Dedicates the moment to his niece's birthday. Reflects on being the last real champion. And saying that Brock Lesnar wants to destroy that. Says that he is scared of Lesnar, but he's not going to back down. And ends with the classic, if you want some, come get some. Backstage, Jey Uso and LA Knight would argue. Knight wants to tag with Big Jim, and Jay's not happy about it. Lyra would beat Roxanne Perez. Afterwards, Bayley would return, take out Roxanne and Raquel. Bayley's been going through some weird split personality thing, so she acted kind of crazy during this. Women's World Title contract signing, Io and Stephanie Vaquer made it official. Kabuki Wars crashed the party. Asuka wants Vaquer to face Kairi Sane later in the night, so that gets made. LA Knight asked Jim to team up anyway, and Jim declines and says he's loyal to Jay. Kofi Kingston versus Penta. Penta would win. Afterwards, the New Day would attack Penta with a steel chair backstage. Now, they were like back and forth with Jimmy and Jay Uso all night. So now Jimmy and Jay argue backstage. Jim tells Jay to watch his tone and storms off. I think he says something like, "You're not the tribal chief." I think that's what.
Yeah.
He's like, "Last time I checked, you're not the tribal chief."
Why are they doing this? Like the tension between those two?
I don't know. Maybe they're like,
they just got back together.
A better match than the one we had at WrestleMania 40.
We can add some more super kicks and splashes to it.
Yeah. Good part of the show. CM Punk and AJ Lee confront Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. There was a Cena. My notes say Cena level pop for Punk and AJ.
Cena level.
Punk mocks Rollins' ego and wardrobe. AJ warns that she's unpredictable. Becky Lynch would question AJ's neck health. I didn't even know AJ Lee had neck issues. But the whole segment ends with AJ slapping Rollins, Becky arguing with Seth, and hitting AJ with a manhandle slam while Punk was distracted. Then we had, this was just a mess, Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano 1. Americano 2 and 3 would interfere. AJ Styles would try to help, but he gets taken out. Americano 1 wins with the Steiner recliner. And then afterwards, they had the 3 Spider-Man meme moment with the 3 Americanos.
Where are they going with this at all?
No one knows. But AJ's somehow stuck in the middle, and I feel so bad. So what fucking
no one?
So you got Ludwig,
no one knows.
Tyler Bate, and Pete Dunne are the Americanos. What's gonna happen when Chad Gable comes back?
Head Americano.
Oh, God. El Grande Americano.
Grande. Muy grande.
All right. Backstage, Lyra would thank Bayley. Bayley flips out on her, yells and kicks. She's kind of like split personality right now, like I said. Stephanie Vaquer versus Kairi Sane, like I said, ends with Vaquer winning by pinfall. Afterwards, Asuka would confront Vaquer. Io steps in. Backstage, the Judgment Day celebrates. Finn Balor is acting suspicious of El Grande Americano helping Dominic lately. Rusev would enter the locker room and declares that he's got next for the Intercontinental Championship. Main event was the Braun and Braun Connection. Is that the real name?
The Braun and Braun
for their tag team.
I mean, it sounds like something. Yeah, they would do.
Whatever. The Vision versus LA Knight and Big Jim Uso. Bronson Reed would pin Jimmy with a running Death Valley driver. Afterwards, Breaker and Reed would beat down Uso. I should say which Uso. Jimmy. Jay would come out, make the save with a chair. Then he would shake LA Knight's hand. LA Knight would then hit Jay with a BFT to close the show. So apparently they're feuding right now. All right, I'll try to make this quick. Okay. SmackDown, go home show before. God, I don't know if I can make this quick. Okay. Lesnar would show up. He F5's Corey Graves. Well, he picks up Michael Cole, carries him around. F5's Corey Graves twice. First time Corey Graves has taken a bump since being medically cleared, as far as I can remember. He grabs the camera and he says, D-Day tomorrow, John. It was very like a funny Brock Lesnar. Like he's trying to be serious, but you can't help.
John, Suplex City, bitch.
Yeah, like
also, you see the sign that was at this show and also on the WrestlePalooza show that they
yes, he said he shouldn't be here, and we all know why.
Yeah,
me and Tim called it at WrestlePalooza.
Yeah.
Okay. Backstage, Heyman Brock Lesnar runs into Heyman and says, "We should talk." Or he said, "We need to talk." And Heyman says, "Yes, we do." Nick Aldis would warn them not to get involved in the contract signing. The Street Profits would get attacked by Eric Rowan after they pin Bo Dallas up to the wall and kind of freak out on him. R-Truth was doing God's work and trying to convince people to log in or buy ESPN and become a member.
How many times
Backstage just kept being like, and if you don't have cable, you can do this.
But also, they lied. I have cable from YouTube TV. They said it was good, and it's not. I have ESPN Plus. They said it was good. It was not.
Yeah. So Truth was trying to explain how to get ESPN, and then he would proceed to put his phone inside of a toaster. Yeah. That's our truth for you, right? Nia Jax would come out, cut a promo. She said, "I'm the alpha. Stratton's annoying, and Jade is overrated." She really dug into Jade. She's like, she's got cool entrance and cool look. She's beautiful, but when she gets in this ring, she basically sucks, is what she was saying. Am I wrong? Tiffany Stratton would come out, says the division doesn't want Nia near the title. And I would say the fans don't either.
No one does.
Jade Cargill would arrive, walks right past Stratton, and starts wrecking security guards. And so a match was booked for this Friday. Stratton versus Nia versus Jade for the title. Winner will go into Crown Jewel and face the winner of the EO and Stephanie Vaquer match that happened at WrestlePalooza. Backstage, R-Truth would continue to try to sign up Dragon Lee and Mercy Machine Guns to ESPN. Again, he puts his phone in a toaster. Sami Zayn hits a Blue Thunder Bomb and retains his United States Championship against Carmelo Hayes. Damian Priest would throw Kit Wilson from Pretty Deadly through a chipboard wall, like a drywall. And Kit Wilson would complain about toxic masculinity, which is funny because when he throws him through the wall, it's like kind of like that's what happened with Toxic Avenger. What was the guy's name?
I don't know who that
He wore the Stormtrooper helmet, and he fell through the wall in WWE.
Oh.
Toxic Avenger, that's the Shockmaster.
I know. That's why I was like, wait, it's not that. But what was his name?
Shockmaster.
Real name? I just said Shockmaster.
Yeah, but what? He was Earthquake, right?
Yeah.
Or was it the other
Fred
guy?
Ottoman.
Yeah.
Tim knows the guy personally.
So then we had a really cool
first and last.
We had part 2 of the Brock Lesnar and John Cena video package, which that was cool the week before. It was cool again. And they wrapped it up. And the main event was Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre contract signing. Cody would talk about how 15 years ago they were tag champs. He said, "You used to be the Scottish Warrior. Now you're just a keyboard warrior." And Cody tells him to pull out his phone. Drew pulls out a tweet, says, "Thank you, Cody." And then says, "You're the corporate champion and the fans will turn on you." He talks about how they did that to him during the Thunderdome days. Cody says, "If you lose, your legacy is being the first man to lose to me on ESPN." They both sign the contract. Drew headbutts Cody, and they start brawling. Nick Aldis breaks him up, but Drew flattens Cody to end the show. All right, let's get into WrestlePalooza. WrestlePalooza!
God. My Lord.
Tim was waiting for this.
I was like, it was dragging, boy. That Smackdown episode was terrible. Terrible, horrible.
Also, can we say there was a different plans going to WrestlePalooza that I think everyone would enjoy more than what they did.
John Cena and Brock Lesnar, I think we're supposed to end the show. Brock Lesnar likes to leave shows early, so they made him open up the show. Is that what you're talking
but also
about?
The outcome of it, I mean.
Oh. Well, the show ended up with John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Cena ended up hitting like 2 AAs on him.
How long was this match?
Side note, Brock Lesnar is fucking massive still.
Yeah,
definitely don't have.
when Brock came out, Andy and I were like, God, he just still has that presence. It still looks crazy.
But also, huge. They definitely removed the drug testing for any of these guys.
Oh yeah.
Huge. Cena looked like he was doing okay in the beginning until Brock started counting the suplexes. And how many F5s did he hit in a row? 2 or 3 for the win? Match was 8 minutes and 50 seconds. I think people were probably pissed. I don't think this is the end for John Cena and Brock Lesnar, but for the first match on WrestlePalooza, God.
They said it was that they're not planning on doing another Lesnar Cena match.
Oh, okay. So Cena has 5 dates left, and he's like, I'll just get wrecked by Brock.
I know. That's why everyone was like, what the fuck, guys?
This is their 3rd match, and he hasn't won a single time. 4th match in history. Back when it was Word Life, Thugonomics, John Cena. 2 after Brock came back before, right? And then this one.
And then and like why? Like I don't get the Cena farewell tour. There's been spots where it's been really good.
I blame Travis Scott and The Rock. All right, just give me Cena and AJ. Got 5 dates left.
But it's not the money that they want.
Did we want R-Truth and John Cena?
They're going to milk him like a horse and
or Logan Paul.
They're going to milk him like a horse insemination plant.
You, me, you. We jack off the horses and we get nothing.
I hate that video, dude. No one knows that video, but
dude, I'm sure a couple of people do. Jeremy, long story short, this guy's trying to hype up people before his next song, and he's like, "When I was 15 years old, I used to work at a horse insemination plant," and like at the end, he's like, "There's the man who makes the money." What does he say? There's the man who makes the money. There's the man who owns the farm.
There's a man who owns the horse. There's a man who, and he's just like,
and then he's like,
all of us are just guys jacking off the horse,
and we get nothing.
It's like fucking weird, man. After that, all right. After Brock destroyed Cena, we had the Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Winner was Reed and Breaker. During the match, Jey Uso hit Braun with a chair, and it bounced back and gave Jey a concussion and split open his head. I believe he's in concussion protocol right now.
Just hearing you say that, how he did it sounds ridiculous.
Isn't that how he did it? Am I wrong?
It is. No, okay. Because he literally like hit him, and then it like hit him. Like
and I think Tim missed that part. But yeah, Tim. So he hit Braun Breaker with a chair, Jey Uso. Remember Jey Uso was gushing with blood?
Is this what you sent me that said, how did we miss that?
No, I sent you the Luchasaurus and Jack Perry thing.
Oh.
But in the tag match, Jey Uso hit Braun Breaker with a chair. It bounced off him back into his head. That's why Jey Uso was busted open during it. After a spear through tables to both Jimmy and Jay, the Bronze ended up getting the tag or the pin. But yeah, Jason had to go into concussion protocol.
You can also hear LA Knight, who was a special guest referee. He called the spot to go to the spear after that.
I forgot to say that he was the special guest referee. I didn't even know that was like a thing until it came out.
I know, I didn't know either. And then you can hear him call like, "We're gonna go spear" to Braun.
Well, if you watch Unreal, you know how that works now. So. All right, next match, and in my opinion, the best wrestling match on the entire card: Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer won the match. I'm so happy that she won. She's fantastic, and she won with her spiral tap off the top rope, clean as shit.
Yeah, by far the best match on this show, and also I feel like it made kind of a new star.
And Tim, that's the match we were watching with your daughter. Do you remember?
Yeah, spiral tap
she hit the spiral tap. I was like, look, very good. It was high. It was high. She crushes, and I know I've read she's busted her ass to like learn English well. If you've noticed with like foreign wrestlers, they either get someone to speak for them or they end up like dying out as champion. Shinsuke Nakamura is a perfect example of like things that have just try with them and they just fail.
I feel like Shinsuke though that was not just him not speaking English.
Yeah.
Shit stain Nakamura.
So then after that, was this match good or not good? AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I see comments online that were like,
"Was it good or not good?" I like.
Well, let me say.
Match.
Well, let me say this. When I watched it, I was like, things seemed like jumbled a little bit, but people online were like, "God, the show was only saved by Stephanie's match and AJ and Punk," and so I'm like, did people like it or did people not like it? Ronda Rousey wanted to open up her fucking mouth, and she's like, that match was terrible. AJ didn't look ready. These people, Matt Riddle and Ronda, they just want to burn these bridges down and never come back, apparently, with the stuff they're saying. God, dude.
I will say
Ronda Rousey's on tape like 8 years ago being like, oh my God, CM Punk's so hot when he's like making his entrance. So whatever.
So did you guys like this match or not? Let me ask you guys, what was your opinion on the match?
I thought it was good, but I wouldn't say like it's amazing or anything. It was just I was more excited to see AJ back and also her.
That's what I figured. People were just hyped to see AJ, which we'll talk about the match. It took a while. Obviously, it was part of the match, but it took a while for her to get tagged in. The whole point or story of the match was don't let Punk tag in AJ. Eventually, everyone's fighting. I don't understand double submissions in a tag match because only one person can tap out. I mean, I get it in the sense of like it's making you stopping the submission, but
yeah,
especially a double pin though. There was a double pin at one point. I was like, what the fuck? Punk did do a stomp to Rollins. That was cool. Becky threw AJ into Punk and went through the table. Punk was checking on her.
What did you think about the finish? Because I think people were saying that Becky like didn't like do that properly.
She did her Black Widow thing, right?
Yeah, and I guess like Becky was supposed to like bend down more or something, but I don't know.
She's probably just never taken the move. So
yeah,
we could get. I'm sure it will happen tonight on Raw. Nikki Bella and AJ are on the same show. I'm sure at some point we'll have something with them interacting in some way. But yeah, it was cool to see. Well, my question is, what do they do with Punk now? What do they do with AJ now? Rollins on October 11th has Crown Jewel against Cody. And it's Crown Jewel in Perth, Tim. They're not doing it in Saudi Arabia, by the way. So that's how Raw opened tonight with, spoiler, Cody and Rollins having a, because it's champion versus champion. So they're going to compete for the Crown Jewel ring again. But yeah, it's like, does AJ somehow...
Why do you keep trying to put AJ with everyone?
Go to the title?
Andy just wants AJ Styles to do his best, because
AJ Lee,
like, God. AJ can do this.
AJ Lee.
Dude, Andy just wants AJ Styles to do everything.
I totally figured you're talking about AJ Lee.
Andy saw that post of AJ Styles posting the hourglass running out and was like, I need my boy to be in some stuff ASAP.
Hey man, you and me have been watching AJ since early TNA, all right?
I know.
I had the very first AJ Styles action figure from TNA.
Yeah, we made Mom take us to get it.
Wow.
And then Tim sent me inside and say, this is for my little brother, because Tim felt he was too old as like a 12-year-old to be buying action figures.
I think I was like 13 or 14, but I was like afraid of getting made fun of still.
And now look at you.
I know. Now I got a whole room full of them. I don't play with them though, but I wish.
You sure?
So AJ Lee and CM Punk would end up winning that match, and then the main event, which was lackluster in my opinion, and lots of other people's, was Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, in which Cody Rhodes would retain and win cleanly.
So this was one of the matches that people said ESPN. Before the show. They said that Randy was going to accidentally cost Cody the title, and Drew would become champion, and that'd be Cody and Randy fighting. But they went with
Cody versus Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, it would be Seth versus Drew instead.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Could it have opened up the show? Would that have been strong or no?
No.
I mean, I think so. If they're going to switch titles.
If they were going to switch titles?
Yeah, they're going to. I mean, it would have been.
That'd be the only way that it would have been a good opener.
Yeah.
Stephanie and Io probably should have opened the show. Looking back.
You think open or? I mean, they should have main evented for what the match they had.
But... I mean, yeah. Once you hindsight 2020, yeah. But
yeah.
I think. I mean, God, women's matches have opened up the show plenty of times, especially with Rhea.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so overall, I mean, All Out was probably the better pay-per-view.
See, to me,
it's hard to tell because there was way less matches on WrestlePalooza.
Also, I mean, ESPN giving it a C is just funny to me. Like, its own platform that it was on, and they were like,
They were like, do better next time, boy.
Yeah, they're like, you're on our stuff.
Fuck this up.
Let me look something up. So I used to get my notes from Bleacher Report. Let's see what Bleacher Report gave it.
Now he gets it from AI.
Yeah.
Let's see what they gave it match by match. All right, Brock and Cena, they gave a C.
I would give it a D.
The tag match, they gave a B. Stephanie and Io, they gave an A. The mixed tag, they gave a B+. And Cody and Drew, they gave a B+. Oh, we should also say, before the main event, Taker surprised Stephanie McMahon with the Hall of Fame induction for 2026.
Hall of Flame is a great
Hall of Flame. Hall of Flame induction for 2026.
But Triple H
good moment. That was good.
Triple H definitely surprised.
It was like maybe she thought that they were gonna sing Happy Birthday with her because her birthday was in like 4 days or something.
Yeah,
and he's like, for induction, he's like,
Stephanie did this to Triple H last year. I mean,
that's what I told Andy. I said he's just getting her back.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a video that's like shows Stephanie and Undertaker, and then it's split and shows Triple H watching from the monitor. Nice little wholesome video. If you're into that mushy shit. But that's everything. It was a big wrestling weekend. It was fun. I like big wrestling weekends like that. But that's everything for episode 187, guys.
That is it. Thank you for joining us. Sorry if I was a little quiet this episode. Of course, as soon as we started recording, my boss was blowing my phone up about stuff, so had to respond to that. But we will see you back next week for 188. Thank you, Andy, for guiding the ship, giving us a good show, and we will see you guys next time.